Hey, super crafters. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Oh, I'm just gonna get logged in over here and go find myself. I'll wait for you guys to get logged in too. It looks like I'm a little wobbly over here on my stand. I have a stand that sits on its top of a plastic crate just so it's up a little higher and I don't look so short. Does that make me look short? So funny. All right. I'm in there, and hopefully it's shared to the creative group. And there's an echo in here. Ha! How's everybody doing? Oh, if you get a chance, just tell us where you're joining us from today. I am a little bit late jumping on, and I apologize for that. I had quite the day. I was up at like 5:30. I left the house by 6. I got a nice hot cup of coffee. And I went to Waltham and I picked up my mom and we went to Boston. Hey, Laura. Of course you're from Maine. How you doing? And we went into Boston and she had tests for cochlear implants for hearing impaired. And I still can't get the silly things up on my video, the closed captioning, so that people can read along if they can't hear me, which is lousy because even my mom probably can't listen. She'll hear every third word, you know. But we did that, and it's pretty encouraging stuff, but it's kind of scary and, you know, all of that. So, you know, can we afford it? All of that stuff. So I got back and it was off to the races because Stampin' Up! Announced free shipping today on all orders over $75. Ta-da. This mug came from my girlfriend Deb's. She knows I collect the that I collect the Starbucks where we were at mugs, and they stack all up in my IKEA bin. This one was Phoenix, and I didn't have this one, so she brought me one. Really, really nice. Okay, so free shipping. Then Stampin' Up! Announced that there's also going to be a pre-order for demonstrators. There's some really pretty stuff coming in November for non-demonstrators. But if you're a demonstrator, I haven't even placed my order yet, but I can't wait because there's a pre-order on some really pretty paper that you could either use for Christmas or for other seasons, as well as a stamp set, a bundle, and a couple of other things. And I love that part of being a demonstrator. You get to see everything before it comes out and be the first to order it. But they also announced a starter kit promotion. So if you're not a demonstrator, for 99 bucks, free shipping, you just pay tax in the state where you live. You can sign up and pick out $155 in product, your choice. Isn't that great, Laura? Oh, I'm gonna tell you, being a demonstrator is the best. And I can tell you from that from every walk of life. I had my hobbyists all lined up to place their order. I had a lady who placed 2 years worth of paper pumpkin orders, 2 one-year subscriptions, one to keep and one to gift her daughter-in-law for Christmas. And she's a demonstrator, so she got her discount, and then she got free shipping, so she saved 11%. And then she got hostess benefits, and she got a half-price item. So absolutely crazy awesome that you can get a discount and be the host. You can get hostess benefits when your orders are over $150. So we always talk about the deal, you know, you get $155 for $99, but the real deal is the ongoing stuff. It's the camaraderie. It's the friendships like Laura. It's my team. It's swapping with them every month. This month is fun folds. So I'll be like on the prowl for a hot fun fold or an easy one because I tend to be a little bit more simple style. But I do love techniques. So I thought today we would cover blends, Stampin' Blends. I had done blends last week with my stamp club, and I I have a project that's just kind of ready to be colored, and it's got a ton of techniques, but I'm only coloring one image. So we can go over the techniques and you can see the idea, but it won't take too long. Let me see. What else is going on today? There's like, I have a BOGO going on. Can I get the like? So in addition to free shipping, if you're going to just place an order as a customer, I have this whole BOGO collection with albums on Facebook, and I can put a link up in the description of this video. And I have been, one of the reasons that I'm a little bit late is when I got home, everybody had placed their BOGO orders. They paid their shipping from me to them, because like if they got $100 worth of product, they picked $100 worth of product from my stash, which is behind the wall. And oh my gosh, my stash went down by about 3 bins. So that's good. My husband has less to carry downstairs. He'll be very happy about that. So you pick out what you want. You place an equal order in my store after I send you a host code. So I have to make sure that if you want this particular stamp set, that I have it, because I did have one person that reserved a punch, and then when I went out to my BOGO collection, the punch wasn't in there for some reason. So maybe I didn't delete it, or maybe I don't know what happened to it. I'm usually pretty good, but I have to confirm that I have the item, because everything is photo documented. And if you're the first person to comment with the word pending, I put that one aside for you when you email me. And then I email you back with the instructions on how to finish it off. So that's what I've been doing with my day. And that was supposed to end last Saturday, but because of all the specials from Stampin' Up, I really wanted to give back and kind of sweeten the deal for you guys. So I think that's enough. And I think that's everything. I hope it is anyway. I designed for the fundraiser that's coming up October 29th. I finished the designs. I just had my hand on the stamp set, which reminded me. It's October 29th or before, and there will be a 5-card class. Now, if you're taking the class, like if you want the directions for the class, all you have to do is make a donation to the charity when we list it, and that'll be coming out in the next week or so. And when you make a donation, I will email you back. Oh, that's my heater. I will email you back with the PDF instructions. We've had people from all over the country and all over the globe donate to the charity to get the directions. And then we had a friend from Australia who took the directions and used them to make our own breast cancer fundraiser. Absolutely amazing. We've had a lot of people in my general circle suffering from some type of cancer this year. I could probably go into a second hand, and I don't like that. So let's continue to work towards a world without cancer. And somebody is messaging me, so hopefully my phone doesn't go bloop. But whatever. Let's flip the camera. And I responded, stop, I'm live. Okay, let me flip the camera. And I'll put my hand over it so I don't make anybody dizzy while I get us on the clip. Ta-da. All right, look at that. Hopefully we got a good focus. You know what? I want to make sure that we are good in focus. So I'm going to make sure the lens is clean. Okay. So let's grab a Stampin' mat. And I'm going to move the entire table just a little bit so I'm not so far away. Hey, Cheryl. Oh my gosh, good to see you. Perfect timing. So this is going to be kind of a repeat for you, but I'll tell you what. I learned a few things for myself when I was doing this class, and I enjoyed the going through the pieces of coloring my girls. So first of all, I'll tell you, when you're using blends marker, because this is a question that I get all the time, what kind of ink should I use to stamp my person or my thing or whatever it is? And with blends, I use the Memento Black because it is a fade resistant dye ink. You don't want to use an ink like StazOn because StazOn is alcohol based. And as we all know, it's never a good idea to mix your alcohols. And I'm just kidding, but if you were to stamp this with an alcohol ink and then try to color her face, it would move she'd have a 5 o'clock shadow, and that's never a good thing for a girl. Trust me, I know. I'm just kidding. All right, so I have a few markers here to get started with. You think I have enough? These two I used earlier this week on some birthday cards. Oh my gosh, I'll show you. They were such a cool set of cards. And I told my friend Bonnie, hang on one second. That's how you lose sound, you know. I jump up and I get so distracted so easy. So this one is dark balmy blue. And then as I was coloring this one, I kept going lighter as I went. So this was the one that I ended up with, was the light balmy blue. And this is the one that I made the most of. So here's my light balmy blue ones. And then there was this one, which was the medium orchid, which is such a beautiful color. Seriously. Oh, I love it. And then this one, which is something completely and totally different, where you take a Post-it note and you rip it and then you put it down and then you use blending brushes. And all I did was I blended over the sticky where I masked it off. I did crushed curry, and then on the outside I switched colors and we did rich raspberry. And then when you peel the sticky part off that's torn, you get this torn edge look. Such a cool thing to do with this Abigail Rose paper. This paper is all sort of neutrals, so you can color it, you can practice your techniques on it, and I do love the idea of coloring the background and letting the flowers pop. It's that, I don't know, Wizard of Oz sort of Technicolor thing. Okay, let me see. I got more comments. Hey, Sue. Good to see you. Hey, Sue. It's so funny that you're here. Sue is going to present at our team meeting this month, and she's going to talk about a blends club that she has locally in North Carolina. So I'm excited to hear what she has to say about that. But in the meantime, I'm going to attempt a little bit of my own blends. Sue was a retired art teacher, so I can't wait to see her presentation because she'll probably do better than me. But the first thing I did when we got to club last week was I made a chart. So this is the light basic black marker. And with blends, there's a number of ways you can color. You can color so that you put the dark line in first, like this. So this is dark basic black. Who knew that black had two colors, right? And then this is light basic black. And I'm using the brush tip to pull the dark into the light. So I went right into the dark marker while it's wet, and I'm pulling it into the light. Did you notice I switched to the little end? So all of Stampin' Up's markers have a big line and a little line, and this is the brush tip, and it really flows out of the blends fast if you're using the brush tip. And you may also notice that I have my piece of paper that I'm going to mat this with underneath, and that's because blends actually bleed through. Oh, look, I stamped that funny, so I must have stamped it again, but that's why we make two sides to the paper, right? So anyway, I pulled the dark into the light, and I'm continuing to color here. And I'm just going to fill in her hat. I'm also going to do her cape with that light basic black. I love her cape. It looks like a fish to me. Do you see it? It's like the cross. Here's the cross. It does. It looks like carrying a salamander back there or something. All right. And here's the light again to the back of her cape. And then here's the top of her hat. Ta-da. I know it's slow getting started, but once I get to the spots, we're going to change techniques. So I'm going to cover a bunch of different techniques today. So this one we started with a dark line and we pulled the dark into the light, right? That's where all the dark things belong, is in the light. For this one, I'm gonna say, let's do the dark after. And then you can even go back in. So while it's wet, you can go back in. Now, when I'm coloring with blends, I find that it likes to spread out a lot. So I will try to like color up to the line and let it spread to the line rather than trying to color to the line. It'll almost always go over for me if I do that. And the longer you leave it on the paper, the more it spreads. Let me see if I have a scrap paper. No, I guess I don't. But like, seriously, if I just hold that there, this is going to be behind the project. See how it's spreading out? So you really want to kind of move it along when you're using these. And you want to make sure that you get the covers on good and tight because it's alcohol based and we don't want them to dry out, right? So here's my hat. And I'm going to color the dress in the same color. So this is that medium Orchid Oasis. And I'm glad the name was right there because I always want to call it Orchid Opulence. We used to have a color that was that name and now I can't get it out of my head. So I'm going to outline the outside of her dress because I don't want to go outside the lines too much. Hopefully I didn't lose the feed there. I definitely lost my monitor. Hey, Mary Jo, good to see you. Okay, so I did miss a spot right there and I'm going to go back and get it. And I'll blend it a little because it looks like there was a dot after I did that. Okay, so I am just coloring now with that medium or the light. I'm calling it medium because it's such a dark color, but it's the light Orchid Oasis or Orchid. Yeah, Orchid. I said it right. Geesh, I can do hard things. So I'm coloring around her hand because I don't want to mess up and give her a glove. And then right there. And then once I have an outline of where my white needs to sit, woo, did you see that? I splattered a little because I was so vivacious taking that cover off, but they are really saturated on the inside. So just a little flick and it made some dots, but I'm okay with that. Like the night sky. All right, so we got it all filled in with that one color, right? So here's where the technique comes in. This is the whole reason that you want to buy blends, right? So if you're buying blends, this marker is $4.50. Oh, it's out of focus. How special. I'll just stay still until it goes into the color lifter. So the color lifter is what gives everything its light. So I've got my girl, and if the light were shining down this way, she would have a bit of a highlight in her hat, right? So I'm going to do that, and then she's got some highlights here too on her dress and where the little bow is. And then you got to wait a second. Do you guys remember, have you ever stamped with bleach? I love stamping with bleach, or even painting with cardstock on bleach, but when you do it, you have to wait a minute to see where you're going to end up. So if you do the color lifter and you scribble, and you just keep scribbling, by the time it's done lightening up, it's going to lighten up almost too much because you won't know where you are before you finish. Does that make sense? Now on her dress, you can see there's like a line there. So I'm going to go over that thing again to lighten it up, and then I'm going to move into the line to lighten right beside it because I don't want there to be any lines. Fair enough? So now we have a little bit of dimension and we have a light source and some stars from up here. Okay. Oh, Robin, no sound. I'm so sorry. And wouldn't captions be nice right now? I still can't figure that out. Gosh darn it. All right, so this is the dark Orchid Oasis. And I'm going to take the dark and do this. And I'm going to do this along the bottom. And then I'm going to do the line where the artist made it dark and the little bow. So cute. Okay. So now it's really stark dark. Stark dark. So I want to blend it again. So what am I going to do? I'm going to take the dark into the light again. And yeah, I did go through the highlight, but I can lighten it again. I like it more blendy. Okay. And I guess that's really white behind there. So I'm going to blend that a little bit. Good enough. So now if I want to blend a little bit more light, I can pull some of the light side down. So that's technique number 2, right? So make your line, do the darker, pull it in. Okay. All right, so we're gonna say that she's the same skin color as me, and I am petal pink. Just ask my friend Deb. And this is dark petal pink. And I'm going to start with this little bubble on her cheek that has no color. And then I'm going to use the light petal pink, go into the dark, and pull it out into the light. So I won't get a solid color there. I'll get dark into the light when it dries. And right now you can see through where I stamped on the back because it's wet. But when it dries, you won't be able to see through it. Okay. Let's do her hair. I have So Saffron here. I don't know if that's my shade, but that's what I'm going for. She's Goldilocks. So Saffron is going to be the dark So Saffron is going to be her curls. And it's also going to be this buckle, that thing. And then you take the dark and you blend it out with the light So Saffron. So I'm just dragging through to pull it up. Now I did the same thing for this one, but then I blended 2 different colors together. So this is So Saffron Dark and Pumpkin Pie Light. So I'm going to take this and start with the So Saffron Dark. I'm going to add a couple swooshes of pumpkin, like flames, right? And then I'm going to blend it back out with the dark So Saffron. So you don't have to stick to like a duo with a duo when you're coloring in. You can make something 2 different colors like my flames, right? Okay. Oh, look at... I love that. We've got sister-in-laws talking on the video. That's so awesome. Hey, girls. Hey, Robin and Pat. You guys are the best. All right, so I got my shoe here and my shoe here. And some of the girls, by accident at club, turned their shoes into tights. So if you prefer tights because it's cold out, I know I do. You would just continue on and make the legs black. And if you want them to be my color, you leave them plain, but we will give her a little color. Let's see. So this is the dark basic black, and for that one, I just filled it in. So for that particular color, if you had just a regular black marker, you could use that because there's no blending in that. But for her hat, we did dark to light. And for her back, oh, I didn't do the dark. But for her back, I intended to do, and see, this is just another technique. I'm going to pull those lines down that the artist made and darken them up, and it will pop a little more. So now, ta-da. Oh, this is such a great dynamic image. Happy, happy. Okay. How about Parakeet Party? that is the brightest color ever, and it's so cool for the bubbles coming out of this cauldron. Wicked cute, huh? Okay, I got 2 more things. Because her legs shouldn't be the color of mine. I look like a vampire a little bit. Oh, that's what I could do. I could do it like a vampire. Anyway, I digress. One of the most popular colors for me when I consider coloring, because I love to just sit and color, is light smoky slate. So this color, no matter what you're painting with, it could be a classic ink pad and a blender pen. It could be an old classic marker. It could be the light smoky slate blends. That works for this technique on everything. But what I want to do is I want to give her some ground to stand on. So I'm going to make my wood smoky slate. And was there anything else smoky slate? No, I don't think there was. But what I want to do is I want to define a light source. So we already said that she has some light coming from here that made the part on her lapel and her dress a little bit shiny, as well as that part of her hat. I hope you're seeing it okay in the video. So she's also got a light source in front of her. So I'm going to say that the shadow is going to be behind her on this side. Okay. So when I make her standing on ground, the ground is going to be, and the shadow is going to be here. So this is going to weight her. She's going to be human when we're done. So you take this and you color outside the lines on purpose, just a little bit, on the L side. And that's really it. So I'm going to take and outline her face and outline this side of her hat. So that's just another little technique for you. So this is really a good blends technique video. And look at, I went outside the lines there myself, but I can just fill it in and there's a bigger shadow there. It's going to be okay. I can even add it under here like that. So now she's got some shadow. She's got some weight to her. It's like she's standing on the ground because she's got those. If I just left her colored but didn't do that, she could be floating in midair. I could add a horizon line. I really don't feel the need to, but because I am going to throw some butterfly paper on here. Can I tell you, this paper is fantastic for Halloween. Side B has all these little patterns that are not butterflies, and they come in purples and oranges and greens. So it would be good for spring, or it would be good for Halloween. Yay! Actually, you know what? Let me grab the pack. I want to show you because it's cool enough. So when I first got the pack of paper, it kind of threw me off because I didn't love the patterns. But okay, ready? Side B. So can you see the Halloween in that? Okay, so there's flowers, but side B is not, right? Well, side B, and then this is like butterfly, right? But they're little flower hearts. My team is stampers with hearts, so I'm always looking for hearts for them. And then, crushed curry. And that's such a great color. So if you're not a butterfly person, but you love Halloween, I'm telling you, these colors, and that's a heart. I mean, I see it all day long, but that's just me. And then daisies, which is my favorite flower. And just some lines. Can you see the Halloween there? Oh my gosh. I have so much fun with this pack of paper since I put my hand on it. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of these butterflies because they have like 50 different colors and that's just not my style. But side B. Anyway. Hey, cousin. Oh my gosh, my cousin's here. How you doing, buddy? My cousin's a rock star. He just survived heart surgery. So, anyway, we're going to go and stick this down so it'll cover that thing that I made. And oh, look, I have glue on my hand. Let's stick it behind there so nobody knows. I swear there's a little bit of DNA in every card too, because there's probably a hair back there. I shed nonstop. And then here we go. I'm going to put this designer paper down. So this Starry Sky measures 4 1/4 square. My girl is on a 4x4 square. And this is just a 1-inch strip. And then we got these cute little bags. Can you see getting a new neighbor in the neighborhood and giving them something cute like this? These bags are pretty fancy. They also hold cards here. I'm going to give you a sneak peek of the fundraiser because I want to show you the size. But this is a card I made for the fundraiser. It'll be out in a couple weeks or next week, hopefully. But the cards and the envelopes fit perfectly in this. So you could use it to gift cards if you do that. I like to make cards. My sister likes getting cards for Christmas, and my sister-in-law, then they don't have to go buy them. I bet you're ready to take over the world, my friend. That's awesome. I'm glad you're doing good. Okay, so that's my blends class. In a nutshell, it's just a few techniques to get you started. There's so many more things you can do with these markers, but one of the reasons that you would choose this over a classic marker is a classic marker will have you coloring one solid color. And if you look like at her cheek here, it will kind of ease on into the light, you know? So you've got that dark to light on here too. Every single one that I colored last week came out slightly different, which I like too. Oh, and she just needs some Wink Estella. This is my, oh, hey Sean, this is my magical fairy dust. I put it on everything and it makes stuff shiny. I think everybody needs one, or 5. If you don't have Wink Estella and you come to my classes, I'm like, what? How do you not have a Wink Estella? So, just so you know. I think it's as essential as adhesive. And it's so fun. It's hard to stop once you start. All right, guys. So that's it for this week. Check out my BOGO, free shipping on orders today only for orders over 75. If you sign up to be on my team, you get the starter kit for $99 and you get to pick out $155 in product with free shipping. And then you can go on as yourself and place another order and get the rest of your wish list with free shipping, which is an 11% savings, and your discount. So let me know if I can help. Have a wonderful day, and I am so grateful for all of you, and talk to you soon. See you next week.